With Halloween just around the corner, I thought it was about time that we got a little bit spooky on the Mumbo Jumbo channel, which is why I've swapped out my redstone testing world for this dark and horrible mushroom biome. And I'm just about to put on my Halloween costume for the year. It's the same costume as last year, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Now, in today's video, we're going to take a look at a bunch of different redstone builds specifically designed to scare other players, all of which have been inspired by horror movies, and I think it's going to be really quite interesting, so let's crack on. Pretty much every horror film I've ever seen has this first one in some way or another: broken lights. They go into some really dark place and there's always at least one light that just isn't working correctly. It's flashing all over the place like some kind of strobe light, and believe it or not, that's actually very easy to recreate in Minecraft. All you need is a 5x2 area like this one, and then you need to chuck in 2 hoppers at the end right here, throw a comparator coming out of that hopper, and then place any old item inside that hopper there to create a hopper clock. Then we're going to place a dropper with a hopper running into it, and then a comparator running out like this, and redstone running across like that, with a redstone torch right there. Now, inside this dropper, you want to place one random item, then another random item, and then another random item. Then you want to get yourself a non-stackable item, and as you can see, occasionally we get ourselves a flick through this redstone torch. So you can take a redstone output from that one and run it into a redstone lamp, and there we go. We've got ourselves a randomly flickering light. This next build sort of follows on from the previous one. It uses very similar circuitry with just a few modifications, but that is doors that open on their own. Now, we've all seen the horror films. They're sat in bed looking towards the door, and you can see the door handle gradually turns and then the door slowly creaks open. That was always my worst nightmare as a kid, and we're going to try our best to recreate that in Minecraft. However, I will warn you, it's not going to be quite as dramatic, because obviously there's no door handles in Minecraft and the doors sort of smack open, but that's good enough for me. So we're going to place a block up like this, then a redstone torch, and then a block, and then we're going to place our door. So there is our door all done and dusted. Now we actually need to decrease the chance of the door opening, because otherwise it goes from being scary to just being a noise machine if it opens and closes all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a few extra items inside this dropper right here. Now, the important item is the non-stackable item, because that is what actually causes the door to open, but we need to make it so that there's a 1 in 9 chance that that non-stackable item actually makes its way into the hopper. So we're going to place in a comparator and then a dropper. We've got all different items inside there, and then we're actually going to increase the size of our hopper clock. So we're going to place some more hoppers wrapping around like this, then place any old item inside there, and as you can see, it will take ages for our door to actually open and close, but when it does, you're going to freak the person out. So here is our rather lovely looking kitchen. As you can see, we've got some very nice looking walls. We don't have a roof at this point in time, and we've got a rather strange floor situation going on, but that is because this chair right here is going to fly across the room. Now, this is something that is used in a lot of horror films, just furniture moving on its own, and it's especially made famous by Paranormal Activity, and I thought it'd be fun to try and recreate in Minecraft. So the first thing we have to do is place a slime block underneath the piece of furniture that you actually want to be moving, then surround that piece of furniture with these immovable objects. So you can use obsidian, you can use note blocks, whatever you really fancy, but just make sure any of the blocks in this line right here are immovable, because otherwise they'll be dragged along with your slime block. But anyway, all you have to do is just grab yourself some regular pistons and go a couple blocks out like this. Then we're going to be placing 2 floor blocks in like that, and 2 regular pistons right there, with a block down at the bottom, a block up like this, and then a block up like that, with a repeater set to 2 ticks right there. Then you want to do exactly the same thing on the other side, so we're going to place in 2 blocks, then another 2 blocks, and then another block, and then take out all of those. Then you want to place 2 regular pistons facing across, a block underneath, a block down here, and then a block up like that, with a repeater set to 2 ticks. Now it's just a simple case of hooking up these 2 modules. So you just want to place blocks going all the way across like this, making the way over to the other side, and then we're going to run redstone running into that block right there, and just take it across like that. We're going to be running that one into a lever. Now this side is a tiny bit different, because we need to use what's known as a monostable circuit. So you need to place a redstone torch right there, some redstone dust, and then a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on its face, then a repeater set to 3 ticks. That is going to be running out into the redstone once again. That's going to go straight into that block. So now, if we watch this chair right here and flick the lever, as you can see, it flies across the room and looks absolutely fantastic. And the best news is if you want to creep out more people, all you have to do is reset the mechanism by flicking this lever right here, and your chair will return back to its original position. This next design is both simpler and also more difficult than all of the other designs in today's video. It's simpler because it doesn't involve any redstone, but it's more difficult because it requires a charged creeper, and charged creepers probably one of the rarest things in Minecraft. So I'm going to be using this command right here, which will summon in a creeper to our location. As you can see, the powered tag is set to 1, And there we go, looking lovely. And all we have to do is rename him so that he doesn't despawn and throw a potion of invisibility on him. And we've got ourselves a working ghost. I mean, that's a pretty good looking ghost right there. But if you really want to push the boat out and go absolutely ridiculous, you are going to need this rather long command right here. Now, I'll put this down in the description because there is no way you'll be able to copy all of this. But as you can see, this is going to summon in a creeper that is riding an invisible bat. It is also invisible, and it looks wonderful and also very, very spooky indeed. So this is the perfect ghost for all of your scary builds. Another thing that tends to happen in horror films is cabinets being blasted open and items from those cabinets just being thrown all over the room, just flying out of the cabinets, hitting all the walls and making a horrendous mess. So here we have our kitchen. These are our rather lovely looking cabinets, and if we head round the back, you can see when we hit this button, one of the items is just blasted from the cabinet right the way across the room. I mean, I can imagine if this was in my house, I would absolutely brick it, okay, because that's traveling at high velocity. I mean, you really have to get out of the way of this one. And the good news is that the redstone behind it is really very simple. I'm going to pop up to the top here. You can see we've got a repeater down at the bottom set to 3 ticks running into this regular piston. This top piston is also regular. That's a dropper facing upwards with 1 random item on the inside. And this is our dispenser with all of the items on the inside. There's not too much left to say, so if you want to build this thing, you can copy it for yourselves. Now before I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to some of my older videos, the armor stand jump scare devices. Now these things are absolutely fantastic, and if you genuinely want to scare the pants off of all your friends, I would highly suggest building them. Links to those can be found on the screen and also down in the description. But unfortunately, ladies and gents, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.